Look, we know there's a strong link when you talk about culture, which includes diversity and inclusiveness, that actually translate to greater safety and performance. So as a global organisation, we're very much focused on how do we build a workforce where everyone feels safe to speak up, where everyone feels included, and where we have that diverse group of opinions and thoughts which allows us to get the best outcomes. In the perfect world, wherever we operate, our workforce should represent our background demographic when you slice it by all the different criteria: gender, sexual preference, race, etc. When we were started in 2015, we had a very strong focus on our purpose and our values. For us, our purpose is about making a difference in people's lives, for the people that work for us, our customers, the communities where we operate. When we talk about our values, we were very focused on developing our values from the ground up. So it wasn't myself, the board, or the lead team who developed the values. It was a group of high potential people across the global organisation we had, and they settled on care, trust, togetherness, and excellence. So when we think about diversity, when we think about culture, for us it's very much about togetherness. And if you look at the actual logo for South 32, it's also designed to represent the weave of a basket in many of the Indigenous places where we operate. And to me, that's all about the togetherness. Together we're better and we're stronger. And you can only really be together if you value diversity, you have inclusiveness, and people feel safe to speak up. So very much from day one, it's been about driving the culture we're looking for, built off the back of being inclusive and diverse. Look, I think the team has rolled out a lot of initiatives and changes since we started in 2015, but for me there are three that really strongly resonate. The first one would be around our family leave policy, which we introduced in 2018 in Australia. And some of the key changes, if you like, in that policy, which I'm really proud of, are the fact that we offer 6 months fully paid leave and 12 months partially paid leave to the primary carer. We also offer 4 weeks for the secondary carer to take leave. And we also work really strongly on ensuring that, as people transition back from their leave to the workplace, that we support them so it's not all turning on the tap on day one, that they can manage that transition that works well for themselves, but also the family. Second thing I'm really proud of is we've promoted a number of people just as they're going on to parental leave. And to me, that's a great message that you can have a baby and not see your career suffer and not get recognised for some of the great work that you've actually done. And that's included people who have been on my lead team and also senior high profile roles across the organisation. It's great to see the days that are gone where people talk about, I'm having a baby, I'm really sorry. That's not how the conversation should play out. It should be a celebration and an absolute recognition. And thirdly, I think as an organisation, we have led well from the top. If you look at our board, it has strong female representation. If you look at my lead team, it's 50-50 female and male, which I think is the way to actually set the tone for the organisation and also take away some of that unconscious bias if everyone thinks the same. Look, there's a lot of great successes for us as an organisation. The area I feel that we haven't gone fast and hard enough is probably something that's not uncommon across our industry. As much as we try to actually increase that female participation, we continue to have barriers around how we think about the roles. 25 years ago, we didn't have females underground. Have we got the right facilities in place? But I think there's also a recognition when it comes to apprenticeships and some of the technical qualifications, we haven't seen enough females going through STEM over the last 20 years to help sort of fill the bow wave that's needed in the resource industry. But in saying that, I think part of our challenge as the industry is to actually change that. To tell people why you should want to participate, why you should want to work in the resource industry, because absolutely, in my belief, it's fundamental about how it changes people's lives for the better. And until we can get the whole part of our communities and places where we work working for us, we won't actually fulfil on that purpose. Yeah, look, over the last 12 months, we continue to see change, and I think that's important. Probably the two things I'll be proudest of is on my lead team, we actually now have 50-50 female-male representation, but we also have, different, if you like, ethnicity backgrounds. We've got Brazilian, we've got South African, Indian, so we're actually seeing a real diversification starting to come through, if you like, in terms of our lead team. And that's sort of permeating through our whole organisation. And if you look down the next level of our organisation into many of those key operating roles, we're starting to appoint our first females who are doing an amazing job, which I'm really proud of. Look, I think the most critical learning that I would have is early on in the piece, I did the leadership shadow exercise. And it really is an understanding of the shadow you cast. And in many cases, it's unintentional. But I think engaging with people, really going into a listening mode to understand what they see, how it feels for them, is the only way we're going to change that. No, absolutely, I have a fundamental belief that everyone should come to the workplace, feel like they can be heard and feel like they're included. And the reality is we're never going to truly be a successful organisation and be as strong as we can until we actually have diversity of thought and background. And for me, that's about getting the right balance where our workforce represents our background demographic no matter where we operate.